The sound of gravel crunching beneath my feet was the only accompaniment I needed. Stay until the end, or the water finally stills. As I set out on the Camino de Santiago, the vast expanse of the Spanish countryside unfolded before me like a canvas of gold and green. The sun was rising, casting long shadows across the path, and I felt the weight of my backpack digging into my shoulders. Every step I took was a reminder that I was truly alone, with no one to share the burden or the beauty of this journey. The wind rustled through the trees, carrying the whispers of ancient pilgrims who had walked this same path centuries before. What happened next changed everything I thought I knew about myself. I had been walking for hours, the silence broken only by the sound of my footsteps and the occasional chirping of birds, when I stumbled upon a small village nestled in the heart of a valley. The thatched roofs of the cottages seemed to blend seamlessly into the landscape, as if they had grown organically from the earth itself. I felt a sense of wonder wash over me as I explored the narrow streets, taking in the vibrant colors and textures of the village. The scent of freshly baked bread wafted through the air, enticing me to follow its source. As I sat down at a small cafe, sipping a cup of strong coffee and watching the villagers go about their daily routines, I realized that this was what I had been searching for, a sense of community, of connection to the people and the land. But as I prepared to leave, a gentle voice within me whispered, "You are not here to stay, you are here to walk." The silence that followed was unlike any I had ever heard. I continued on my journey, the path winding its way through rolling hills and dense forests, the sound of a river growing louder with each step. As I walked, the rhythms of nature began to seep into my soul, and I felt my footsteps slowing, becoming more deliberate, as if I was savoring each moment. The trees seemed to close in around me, casting dappled shadows on the ground, and I felt a sense of reverence wash over me. I had been walking for days, the solitude beginning to feel like a mantle I had wrapped around myself, when I stumbled upon a small chapel perched on the edge of a cliff. The wind howled through its empty halls, and I felt a shiver run down my spine as I stepped inside. The air was thick with the scent of incense and old stone, and I felt a sense of awe at the beauty of this sacred place. As I sat down on a wooden pew, surrounded by the flickering candles and the whispers of the wind, I felt a sense of peace settle over me, like a soft blanket. But it was a fleeting moment, for as I rose to leave, I caught a glimpse of myself in a mirror, and the reflection that stared back was unfamiliar, worn, and weary. What lay ahead, I wondered, as I stepped back into the bright sunlight, the path unwinding before me like a serpent. The sun was beginning to set, casting a golden glow over the landscape, and I felt a sense of trepidation creeping in. I had been walking for weeks, and the solitude was beginning to feel like a weight I couldn't shake. The stars were beginning to twinkle in the night sky, and I felt a sense of smallness, of insignificance, wash over me. But as I lay down on my sleeping bag, the sound of crickets and the rustling of leaves lulling me into a deep sleep, I felt a sense of trust begin to grow within me. I trusted that the path would unfold before me, that the journey would continue, even when the darkness seemed overwhelming. And as I walked on, the days blending together like the colors of a watercolor painting, I began to realize that the